I'm hungry. I need a champion's meal.
At 39, Ukrainian boxing legend Oleksandr Usyk continues his dominance in the heavyweight division. Having captured every major title and belt available, the former undisputed champion refuses to let age define his limitations. Following his triumphant victory over Daniel Dubois last July, Usyk has returned to intensive training for an unprecedented challenge. The boxing icon will step into uncharted territory, facing undisputed heavyweight kickboxing champion RICO VERHOEVEN in his debut crossover bout. This marks Usyk's first venture outside traditional boxing, accepting the unique challenge after witnessing contemporaries Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury engage in similar crossover spectacles against Jake Paul and Francis Ngannou. The extraordinary showdown is scheduled to unfold at the base of Egypt's Great Pyramids in Giza, creating an absolutely breathtaking backdrop. Speaking with Ring Magazine recently, Usyk conveyed his enthusiasm about competing in such a magnificent and exotic venue.
I mean, look, Alex, you've been in so many big fights at this point. You had 2 fights with Tyson Fury, you fought in a stadium in Poland, you sold out Wembley Stadium. But what is it going to be like to fight at the pyramids of Egypt? I mean, to me, it's going to be a crazy experience.
Yes, listen, it's crazy experience. You know, it's my collection. You know, it's a different country when I have fight.
I mean, when you were first told about that, what was your reaction? Like, hey, Alexander, you're going to fight at the pyramids.
Oh, listen, I think, oh yes, it's a great idea because I never was Egypt, but it will be my first time.
This presents an incredible opportunity for Usyk, who has built a reputation for establishing training camps in the world's most stunning locations. Having dominated 2 separate weight classes, the champion now enjoys the freedom to prepare anywhere across the globe. His training journey has taken him from Miami's beaches to Spain's countryside, leaving an indelible impression at premier boxing facilities worldwide. Usyk stands among the sport's most committed athletes, earning widespread admiration from boxing commentators, including Joe Rogan. The popular podcast host has consistently praised Usyk's unwavering passion and commitment to the sweet science. Rogan was particularly mesmerized after witnessing Usyk's rigorous training sessions firsthand.
I was watching this video today on Usyk's training, on Alexander Usyk. Jesus Christ, man. Like, no wonder he's in insane shape. He would swim sometimes for 5 hours a day. Starts his day at 4:30 in the morning. So 4:30 in the morning, he gets up, eats breakfast, and has his first training at 5. At 5, it's all conditioning. It's all like running, rowing, biking, takes a break, eats again, takes a little nap, back in the gym again, like 2 hours, and then he's sparring, boxing, doing all that workout, then eats, takes a break, relaxes a little bit. Evening session is boxing. An evening session, he's sparring, he's hitting mitts, he's hitting the bag, gets up in the morning, he does it all over again.
With several competitive years remaining at age 39, Usyk aims to maximize every opportunity ahead. During his conversation with Max Kellerman, the champion emphasized that his upcoming bout against Verhoeven represents a legitimate competitive fight. He proceeded to reveal 3 specific matchups that capture his interest following the completion of this crossover adventure.
Yes, Rico not a good boxer, but it's okay, fun fight, no problem. But I want a next fight with who winner, Daniel Dubois and maybe Wardley.
You've been dominating the division for some time now. How much longer would you say you have in the sport of boxing? How much more do you have to achieve?
3.
3 years. 3 fights, 3 years.
No, not 3 years. Not 3 years. 3 fights.
Okay.
Yeah, three more fights. Will any of so you mentioned the winner of Wardley and Dubois, and many people, including on this show, have said whether or not he's ready, we are interested in you and Atama. Do you think Atama could be ready to fight you before you say goodbye?
No, I not wanna fight with Itauma because it's young guy. I not wanna break this guy. This guy like me.
What about Ajit Kabayel? Is he on your radar? Is he part of that hit list of your final 3 fights?
Listen, Rico, this is first. Second, it's who win.
Wardley or Dubois?
Wardley Dubois.
You can't see Dubois again now.
And third fight, it's my friend Greedy Belly Tyson Fury.
Usyk has outlined 3 monumental fights for his future agenda, highlighted by a potential trilogy showdown with Tyson Fury before hanging up his gloves. The champion appears somewhat cautious about engaging the division's emerging younger talents, though he remains receptive to these possibilities if his management team endorses such compelling matchups.
I think boxing, I'll speak for myself, I would love to see you and Atama, you and Kabayel, because if you retired after beating the next wave of heavyweights too, you're not only one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters ever, but you're one of the greatest heavyweights ever. As much as you've accomplished at heavyweight in a short time, your resume is a little thin compared to the upper, Muhammad Ali and Joe Louis and Lennox Lewis and these kind of guys. But if you were to beat the next wave of heavyweights too in like 2 of your last 3 fights, then even at heavyweight your name is up there. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, listen. Okay, I think about your questions with my team. Maybe it's real. We'll see.
This is why everyone loves Usyk. Every fighter loves Usyk. Every fan loves Usyk.
It's going to take it under consideration.
That's right.
Absolutely, the fight in Germany against Kappa appeals greatly to Usyk. Successfully defeating the next generation of heavyweight contenders could cement his legacy as the greatest heavyweight champion in boxing history. Nevertheless, significant considerations must be weighed before risking everything against these hungry young fighters. His immediate focus remains the Verhoeven clash, now just over a month away. In recent media appearances, Verhoeven discussed his upcoming battle with Usyk, revealing initial negotiations with Anthony Joshua for a February boxing match in Saudi Arabia. When those talks collapsed, his team pivoted towards securing a bout with the undisputed heavyweight king Alexander Usyk. Since Verhoeven holds undisputed kickboxing supremacy while Usyk reigns over heavyweight boxing, this crossover concept gained natural momentum, with extensive negotiations ultimately producing the pyramid setting.
That's quite interesting, actually. So, what happened was we got on the phone and we heard like, hey, the fight might happen, but AJ just needs some time to recover physically and mentally. Okay, so probably somewhere in March we'll hear more about it. Okay, no worries. Totally understand, totally respect this whole situation. So we left that. I was still in Spain. So we came to the gym, and actually my trainer, my boxing trainer, Peter Fury, said like, hey, I was thinking, what about fighting Alexander Usyk? Like, yeah, what about it? Like, yeah, why not? Isn't that an option? Like, I love the idea, but I don't know if that's an option. Let me check. So there was, I think, like a few days after the call we had, and I called them up. I said, like, I have an idea, or me and the team have an idea. I just wanted to check with you. Like, I've been undisputed champion for the last 12 years within my discipline. And Alexander Usyk has been the undisputed champion in cruiserweight and then came up and is the champion now, undefeated for a long time. So what about undisputed versus undisputed? And they said one thing. I love it.
Wow.
Okay. Let's do it. So they started talking to Alexander about the whole idea. He loved the idea. So they made it work.
Verhoeven addressed questions regarding the WBC's decision to place Usyk's championship on the line for their encounter. Initially, the kickboxing star felt satisfied with the exposure and recognition this high-profile fight would generate. However, the WBC subsequently chose to create a special championship belt specifically for this unique clash. The sanctioning body then elevated the stakes by making this an officially recognized bout, meaning Usyk risks losing his title with a defeat.
WBC said they would create a special belt, and then 2 days later they said, no, in fact, the belt will be on the line. What were you told?
No, they said, yeah, we want to do something, but we'll let you know, like, what it's going to be. If it's going to be for a title, if it's going to be for one title, if it's going to be for whatever. Like, so, like, yeah, let's see. I'm okay with just, like, facing Usyk. And then they came like, hey, the WBC belt will be on the line because he has like a voluntary defense.
Yeah.
WBC has their, I don't exactly know what they have, but they have like these certain rules or sanctions how they look at opponents if they're credible enough. So I guess the WBC looked at my credibility from a martial art standpoint as a kickboxer. And yeah, like I said, I've been dominating the sport of kickboxing, of course, for over a decade. So I guess, yeah, there was resume enough for them to sanction this as a WBC world title, heavyweight title fight.
The kickboxing champion also responded to boxing fans' criticism of the WBC's decision to sanction their fight with championship implications. Verhoeven argues that modern boxing has evolved well beyond restricting sanctioned competitions to traditional pugilists exclusively. He referenced the Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury encounter, which faced similar skepticism but ultimately became a massive spectacle, captivating both boxing and MMA audiences. Verhoeven expects their Pyramid Showdown will achieve comparable success and generate tremendous viewership numbers.
What is your response to those people who say you shouldn't get a WBC title fight?
Totally understand. I totally understand because, yeah, it's their sport. It's what they love and what they defend, of course. But I think we're in a totally different time than 5 or 10 years ago. And I think everything just keeps on developing, and it's such on a broader and bigger scale than it ever was. And especially if you look at it now, I remember the time like before we had the Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury fight. I saw a lot of like posts on social media of like, hey, boxing is dead, boxing is not out there anymore, this, that, blah, blah. But then His Excellency came and he put up the big fight versus Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury, and all eyes were on it. And I think that's when everything within the world of boxing became back to being relevant and as big as it is today. I think it's been a long time since it's been here. And why is that? Because I think His Excellency goes right when everybody's going left. So he's just thinking outside the box, and everybody wants to keep it in that exact box. But yeah, why not go outside the box? I love the idea.
Do you have any idea why the IBF or WBA belts that he holds aren't on the line as well?
No, sir. I have no clue.
Okay. And I'm assuming it's 12 rounds.
Both Usyk and Verhoeven view this as an exceptionally unique and thrilling spectacle for fight fans worldwide. However, the matchup has attracted considerable criticism from various quarters. TalkSport's expert panel interprets this fight as purely a business-driven decision by the Ukrainian champion. At this stage of his career, Usyk has accomplished everything possible within the heavyweight division landscape. He has faced and conquered virtually every elite contender in boxing's premier weight class, while other heavyweight stars have secured their own lucrative paydays through similar unconventional matchups. Usyk finally has his opportunity to generate substantial income through these types of fights. Given his limited remaining years in professional competition, the Verhoeven bout arrives at the perfect moment in his career trajectory.
Start with this topic. Alexander Usyk announced yesterday Alexander Usyk will defend his WBC World Boxing Council heavyweight title against Rico Verhoeven on May 23rd. Now, I've known Rico a long time. I've been to some of his fights. He's an incredible champion in kickboxing. He's reigned supreme for about 10 or 12 years undefeated. He's a brilliant fighter, very famous figure in Holland. Sparred famously behind the scenes with Tyson Fury. There was talk of them fighting at one point. But the big thing here is, when they fight in the pyramids of Giza, the big question I've got to ask you is, would you have accepted someone from kickboxing fighting you for your world title while you were holding it, with him never having competed at that level?
Well, you've got to look at Alexander, what he's done. He's wiped the floor with everybody. He's established himself at the top there. So now you look at him and you'll think, financially, will he be in a better position than Tyson Fury? No, not in my opinion. Anthony Joshua? No, not in my opinion. The big money fights aren't out there for him, so he's got to do something. He's got to put himself in a position where he's got to win, because he's proved he's top draw. So in this fight here, I think it creates interest, intrigue. I'm quite sure there's a healthy pay packet at the end of it. This is now business for him. This is now because he's thinking, I've proved it all to you. So I've got to make as much as I can, because remember, the talk was Deontay Wilder for a short while, because he wants to get all the scalps. He wants to look at the biggest names out there with the least amount of risk, and you can't blame him.
When predicting the fight's outcome, TalkSport's panel envisions a comfortable victory for the boxing legend. While Verhoeven has achieved legendary status in kickboxing, Usyk has earned similar recognition within heavyweight boxing circles. Additionally, Usyk's mental preparation and intense focus for this challenge should prevent any significant obstacles against the kickboxing icon.
Overlooked him. If Usyk overlooks Rico Verhoeven, who's a dangerous fighter, how does it reflect on boxing?
It becomes the Wild West.
Well, it's always the Wild West.
It becomes the Wild West. But in all honesty, do you honestly think that Usyk is the same mental capacity of Tyson Fury?
So we're saying it's a 99% to 1% that he wins the fight.
Without a doubt. So for him to make a Tyson Fury mistake, which we all. You hear the rumours of his preparation for it. Is this guy proved that I'm a different kettle of fish? That's not me. I'm different gravy. So that's probably more than likely not going to happen. But as they say, one punch changes everything. But I think this is a business move more than a show move.
As Usyk prepares for his Verhoeven encounter, rising heavyweight sensation Moses Itama has launched verbal attacks in his direction. The promising young boxer boldly called out Usyk regarding his recent statements and dismissive comments. Itama believes the champion fears facing him and avoids a potential matchup to protect his perfect record. He also criticized the upcoming Verhoeven fight indirectly, suggesting Usyk misuses his position by avoiding legitimate heavyweight contenders. Itama appears eager for a Usyk showdown while stopping short of issuing a direct formal challenge.
Payne, what does an ideal year look like for you?
Two or three fights this year. 2-3 fights. Hopefully pick up a world title by the end of the year. I know I've been saying it for some time, but obviously Usyk's got the belts and he's abusing his power a little bit, so we just kind of got to wait around. I feel like my career is going in the right direction.
Yeah, I'd say so. Definitely you're moving in the right direction. And speaking of Usyk, he appeared on this very show recently, talked about the final stretch of his career, named some potential opponents, and he didn't name you, as you already know, but when we got to you, he said he's a big fan of your game, but that you're not ready yet and he doesn't want to, quote unquote, break you. What do you say to that?
What do you think?
I mean, look, I think it's the best fight we can see at heavyweight. I want to see it.
I want to see it as well. So, I mean, I want to be part of it. Listen, like I said, the Usyk's he's at the top of the game, and he's like, I guess he's abusing his power. So I mean, he's earned the right to, like, I guess, do whatever he wants. But obviously, some people are gonna say it's too early. But I mean, a lot of people said that against Dillian Whyte. But I feel like in this boxing game, there's always going to be people saying something, and obviously Usyk had to say something to you guys, and he's not exactly going to come on a camera and say, nah, I don't want to potentially put my career at risk because of a 21-year-old that's coming through the ranks. So obviously he has to say something, but I don't think that people believed it, and if they did, then I guess that's their opinion, innit?
Yeah, fair play, right?
Though the upcoming crossover represents an exciting opportunity for both Usyk and Verhoeven, the broader boxing community remains largely dissatisfied with this matchup selection. Fighters and analysts prefer seeing Usyk defend his championships against legitimate boxing contenders rather than pursuing crossover spectacles. Despite the criticism, Usyk remains determined to proceed with his plans and discuss major fights after completing the May 23rd encounter. What are your thoughts on this crossover fight? Do you support Usyk's decision to pursue his first non-boxing challenge? How do you view a potential Usyk versus Itamama matchup, and who would emerge victorious? Share your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. Thanks for watching today's content. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and activate notifications to stay updated on all our latest uploads. Don't forget to engage with us in the comments section with your opinions and analysis. Stay connected, and we'll see you in our next video.